Hi, this is Olensalot, and I'm going to do another thought chain. A thought chain is when you get some paper and a marker or some crayons, and you pretty much just draw a picture of whatever comes to mind. My mom taught me this when I was just a little boy. So this is my thought chain, and this is a brain representing my thoughts, and this is a zombie who wants to eat my brain and my thoughts. He's like, brains. And there's juices dripping. I've been kind of sick lately and throwing up, and I had a fever. And during one of my fever dreams, I was back at this house where I grew up as a little boy. The house was pink, and it had a chimney and a big tree in the back. And there was this little wrought iron fence in the front that was blocking the front door. And one night, in the middle of the night, this drunk guy ran into the front of our house in his pickup truck. It was really scary, but then my old man, he ran outside chasing after that guy as he drove off with flat tires. And I remember he was in his boxer shorts and he was flipping the bird. That was funny. I also remember that at that pink house in the backyard, we used to play out there all the time, my brother and I, because there was this big tree and it had lots of cool branches and things to climb. But the coolest part was there was this big tire swing with a rope that came down and a tire, and you could climb in the tire and swing back and forth really high. At least we thought it was high. And that's my brother, and he's having a good time. He says, "Wee!" And these are the steps going in the back door. And I remember one time we were having so much fun, and I had to go to the bathroom really bad, but I didn't want to go inside. So I just pulled my pants down right there and took a dump right in the flower beds. I don't know what I was thinking. My brother was like, "What are you going to tell Dad? Because Dad's home now." And I said, "Don't worry, you just let me do the talking." So when my dad showed up, I still had my pants down and everything, and all I could think to say was, "It was the dog." Come to think of it, the toilet inside was probably only like 10 or 15 feet away. Sometimes people do dumb things. That reminds me of this video that I saw on YouTube today. It was this big guy in the South. I know that he was from the South because he had this old hat on with a picture of a rebel flag on the top. And he had this big bushy beard. And the beard grew all over his face, and I remember it made him look like he had this tiny little mouth. And he had these huge glasses on his face, like something from the 1960s that he still had. And it made his nose look tiny, and his little beady eyes through the glasses. And what's crazy is this other guy, who was drunk, put a gun to his head and made him cut off a piece of his beard and eat it. And I think from the story on the news, the reason he made him eat his beard was because the big guy with the beard had bought a riding lawnmower for just $20 and tried to sell it to him for $200. When he found out and he was drunk, he got really mad. That little lawnmower didn't do anything wrong. He just wants to mow the lawn. So it makes me wonder, if you took a scale and you graphed out the size of a person's glasses with how cool or smart that person might be, at some point, while the size of the glasses does make you look cool, there's a drastic drop-off, where like at the top is maybe Tom Selleck with his really big cool glasses, but then there's the beard eater, and way down here is like Paris Hilton with her huge glasses. But she's not really cool, and she's definitely not smart. So that's all for this thought chain. I really hope that you enjoy this. I'm planning on doing these every Sunday. So if you like what I do on these, remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks.